What is going on, everyone? My name's Boit, and I am back with some more Age of Mythology. The Titans action spawning in the top side of the map in the red color, playing as Zeus. His name is Momo. His opponent today in the blue color, playing as Kronos. His name is Miracle. It's currently a tied series here, 1-1. Both players in a very, very equal position, doing some nice gameplay against each other. Moving on to game number 2, we are seeing Miracle opting to go with his Kronos as his second choice here. A little bit different to what we've seen the other Atlantean mains doing in this tournament. The general trend or the general consensus is that Oranos is the best, Gaia is the second best, and then Kronos is the third best. That seems to be what we've been seeing, but Miracle is going with the Kronos second. It's not really, I don't really feel like there's much of a difference between Gaia and Kronos in terms of their abilities to win games. I do think that Gaia has got a better chance against certain civs, and Kronos has got a better chance against other civs, and that kind of seems to be the difficulty with Age of Mythology in an actual tier list. Because if we talk about that just a little bit, if one god is good against, say, 6 gods in the roster, and another god is good against 6 other gods, but those 6 other gods aren't played as much, does that make the first god better than the second god? Because I don't really have a great answer for that. So, I mean, let me know in the comments what you guys think, and maybe we'll be able to get a better idea of what is good and what's bad in this game. But definitely the way to think about a tier list is definitely got to be somewhere along the lines of how good a god is against the vast majority of the roster. So, for example, when you think about, let's just take it a completely random example. So when you think about Loki and you say, well, Loki is insanely good against a very few amount of gods. So but when he's playing against those gods, he's really, really strong. But he's so bad against some gods that it makes it nigh impossible to play him in a tournament game, because unless you're a random god player and just decide to play him, because your opponent can counterpick that god. If the opponent knows you're playing Loki, they can just go, well, I can just play XYZ and you're going to have a rough game. So there's that. And we are seeing what looks to be a Miracle going for a 4-minute advance time here. No hunting dog, so a 355 is definitely possible, as we can see him motoring ahead to that 400 food. It's going to be relatively close, but I do think he's going to be able to advance here. Yes, he does. He gets Prometheus, 355. A villager is going to be moving around the map. It does look like a fairly low hunt map with the boar in the corner, the giraffe getting eaten up, and that's the nature of competitive Mega Random, is that every single game, you basically have a 1 in 7 chance of getting a different amount of hunt. So there's 7 different variations of hunt packs that can be spawning, and 1 in 7 chance of like each one of those amounts of hunt. So 1 in 7 chance of 1 spawning, 1 in 7 chance of 2 spawning, 1 in 7 chance of 3 spawning, etc., etc. And then in those hunt packs, you have a different amount of hunt being able to be spawned in those packs. So you could theoretically see a 7 hunt pack spawn, with each hunt pack probably having like two deer. I think that's possible, though I'm not sure we've seen that. Anyways, Athena coming through now for Momo. Oh, Athena coming through for Momo. That's actually a bit of a surprise here, as we do see the Valor, the focus coming through for Miracle. The temple going to be getting sieged down here, as I think that a deconstruction on this is going to be completely fine, as the gold mine is completely exposed here. We are going to be seeing the storehouse getting taken down, as the temple does get deconstructed a little bit early. It is kind of natural to deconstruct this in anticipation for the 4:30 advance time. It takes about 10 seconds for the temple to drop. So if you're expecting a 4:30, clicking just before 4:20 is the actual correct play here. But we will be seeing the temple probably getting thrown back up as the villagers do make their way over onto this gold mine. But Miracle's already got that scouted out with his scout here, as the villagers are going to be pulling away from this location. Miracle making a really, really good case for a Kronos rush here against Zeus, as Athena just about to pop the temple, going to be getting shot up here as fast as it can. But it does look like Momo is too little too late, so no free Minotaur for him is absolutely huge, and no gold mines currently being grabbed for Momo. He's got 222 gold in the bank, however, and he does have his 2 heroes, which can be used to defend for a very, very long time. The other option as well for Momo is to throw a temple up, get himself Bull Minotaur, and just go mass Minotaur, Jason, and Odysseus. Obviously, the Jason you can only build 4 of with the 222 gold that he does have, but it's going to be a big help nonetheless, as Terma are now going to start coming in. Good micro here from Miracle, pulling that Promethean away as he's trying to deal with the Jason on the back. The Odysseus going to be getting some good damage done from range here, as Momo's kind of getting away with murder, having villagers out on this giraffe patch over here. But Miracle moving around, just checking out what's happening, realizing probably no gold mines. We are going to be seeing the Promethean getting taken down here, as a Terma scouting around, going to be checking out this gold mine over here. And he does spot these villagers, as Momo has been spotted out in the middle of the map, and Miracle should send his army over there. He is going to be sending the Terma with the Promethean offspring to get in onto this location, as we are seeing some hoplites coming out, Hippocon coming out as well, as Miracle will have to start thinking about moving away from the mass Terma in order to deal with this army. Otherwise, Momo is going to be able to defend here from what seemed to be a really, really strong early game push here from Miracle. We are going to be seeing him turning around, taking this fight, trying to deal with these units, and we do see a very early restoration here from Momo, as he does manage to push Miracle away. Miracle's at 9 citizen right now. He's eating chicken, and that's kind of it. I don't see him anywhere else on the map, so just mostly just the Terma coming through. So we might have to see some Caraballister actually coming out for Miracle, if that's another interesting way to proceed here, as the Terma going to come through onto this position yet again, and attempting to get in here. You can utilize those Promethean offspring, which do move very, very fast, to cause some hassle for your opponent, as he's going to be searching up to the top location. Thanks so much for the raid, Chrono JJ. If you're unaware, Chrono JJ, an Age of Mythology streamer, YouTube content creator as well. Makes some good content. Love this man. And definitely go check out his Twitch and his YouTube, as we're going to be seeing the Terma retreating away here, getting caught trying to grab that nose of the Sphinx, but not able to, as Miracle's rush has been shut down. And this is very honestly really surprising here. I expected fully here that after taking out that storehouse, which I actually think was a really, really smart idea, killing the storehouse is something that I haven't thought of doing, but it really stunts the ability to sneak this gold mine. And then pushing off this gold mine over here immediately, there was just one more that he had to keep an eye on, but he didn't manage to do it. As now we are seeing the Terma coming in onto these villagers over here, going to be getting some harass, retreating away, a little bit of hit and run micro here, as Momo does push those back, not losing a villager there. Nice play, as we see the units pulling back into this position. Odysseus going to get kind of caught here, but no, not going to be trying to take him out. He does have 352 HP, so that's a lot there. As Momo is now 62 or 65 population, of 65 population, plenty of units in the bank here. Plenty of resources here as well. 295 wood, 167 gold to be used, as we are going to be seeing a cheeky snipe there onto a Hippocon. Nice play from Miracle to get that one, as he is pulling his buildings back. And we will be seeing that happening for the other counter barracks as well, as Miracle realizes better get out than stay in there and lose. As we see the counter barracks going to get targeted down. I don't think that this is going to get killed off by Zeus. I mean, they are Zeus hoplites, but it does seem like the counter barracks will make it back home in time, but will have a lot of damage done to it nonetheless here. As a Katoskopos searching around, Momo's got to be kicking himself for not being able to have found this hunt in the early stages. Yeah, he went for the rush, but if you check out Miracle's main base, he knows there's boar here, so he should be eating those boar. as we do see a Valor getting cast, and we will be seeing Miracle now pushing in onto these villagers over here, trying to get a villager kill or two as he comes in, not paying attention to his army, just kind of running in here. He will get one shot onto the villagers, but not able to pick them off, and he will be pulling away, losing a Terma there. There was definitely an opportunity, if Miracle was paying attention to his army a little bit better, to deal with that. So you do see the Oracle heroes getting taken out over here as the settlement is coming down. Momo playing this one nicely, needs to prevent that town center from going up. Very much so here, as we are seeing some Terma coming down onto that position, but the Hippocon coming in, there's enough here to, and a hoplite as well, there's enough to deal with these this batch of Terma indeed, but one Catapulti might actually be enough here to defend this one, as we are going to be seeing that one coming through. Look at that damage there, big whack there onto that Hippocon. We see the mana getting garrisoned, and the citizen does drop in and out to continue getting that one up, as the Hippocon wandering around here looking for something to do. Miracle bringing his army back just a little bit, and Momo going to get his own second town center as this game is continuing. Meanwhile, still eating all of the boar on the map. He's eating up his cows here as well. We are going to be seeing the hoplite on this position getting taken out as the units retreating away. And Miracle now moving forward. He's going to be getting greeted by the army of Momo. Momo's positioning in this game has been really, really nice, as Miracle just can't quite find his way into his opponent's base. As we are seeing the hoplite getting sniped. Nice play there. The villager over here trying to make this mana go up, and he will get it up. Garrison, no problems here. The villagers over here jumping onto this location might be worth it to time shift to mana over here, actually, as the Hippocon going to be retreating away here. But now Miracle has his second town center, throwing up an armory here. He's going to be looking to go to the next age, but it does look like Momo might be able to get there first, as this game is throwing those farms down much, much earlier. He's got a little bit of cow left over here. He's going to be able to hit that next age in a timely fashion. I want to see Apollo here for Momo. If he picks Dionysus again, I got a question why he's picking Dionysus. There's no real heroic age timings you can hit against Atlantean on a land map. It just doesn't work. It's much better to hold that Apollo for a late game underworld, or a mid-late game, early late game underworld onto a town center to cause issues there, where your opponent's out of position. That's the best way to play. And yes, Kronos does have access to Helios, but if you force the fight somewhere away from your opponent's defensives, like say on a town center instead of underneath a whole bunch of palace, you can relieve that pressure nicely and win those fights. As Momo just motoring ahead, lots of food in the bank. How is his economic upgrades looking? He does have pickaxe, no hand axe, but that's actually kind of normal for a Zeus player or a Greek player. Not getting hand axe, better to get hand axe and then immediately get bow saw a lot of the times for the Greeks. As we do see the units moving forward, getting a couple of hits off, we will see the return fire here as a Terma or two will be falling, or at least getting that damage done, as Momo has to pull back, noticing the massive hoplites that has been constructed here. Miracle's going to have to think about a way forward for himself. He's got only Terma here, which are definitely not the unit that he really wants here, as the Jason going to push in straight onto the Prometheans. Able to take the Jason out, though. The Promethean are going to be a big help in this fight, as the Odysseus trying to get that damage done. Meanwhile, we do see some raids over here. The Mermillo able to deal with those, though, as the villagers currently sitting idle, managing to start the ball there as the fight is continuing. It does look to me like Momo definitely should not have been taking this fight here, as the Prometheans able to kind of carry this fight nicely. Momo going to be running out of hoplites here, and beautiful play from Miracle, able to stay alive. And I think Momo just moving forward way too early here. Again, he had the option to go heroic age, he had the option to sit back. There wasn't really a good fight that Miracle could take here, and Momo has to pull back, and now he's yet again going to be getting into a position where Miracle can hit some sort of a heroic age timing on him, or even just continue to put the pressure on in the classical age and get a gold staff. Because right now Momo's got 0 gold in the bank. He's got a ton of villagers right now, 19 on this gold mine, but Miracle deciding to pull away for some reason. He needs to continue the pressure. Momo definitely needs to get himself out another Jason here to help out with his army. Going to be dealing with that granary there in the middle of the map. Not exactly sure why that is. Meanwhile, the two Hippocon do end up falling. Economic Guild now dropping for Miracle finally. Actually, a second Miracle. What? A second a second economic guild coming down for Miracle. Not exactly sure what's happening there, but Miracle just doesn't know that this gold mine is the pressure that he needs to put onto his opponent. He doesn't know. So we'll see how it's going to go. We will be seeing the units moving forward, going to be checking out this town center. I do believe that Miracle had an opportunity here to end the game. He is through Hyperion, so that opportunity is still alive so long as he hits this location relatively soon here, because Momo needs to spend all of his resources getting units out. And Miracle, he can just drop down his palace, make himself those destroyers. We are indeed seeing Apollo coming through for Momo. So it's a tense moment right now for Momo as Miracle is searching around the map. He does have this Oracle spawning this gold mine. He's going to be checking the gold mine in the main base, realizing nothing over there, and then realizing, damn, I should have moved in and attacked this location, leaving units on the back of this spot here as the army going to be moving through. Momo does spot that army there, pushes back. Miracle says, well, what do I do? How do I push in here? He's got so many of these Promethean offspring. Oh my god, send those 9 Promethean offspring over here would be gigantic, as the hero is right on this position here. And we are indeed, we're seeing 1 Promethean offspring pushing in onto that spot there as the units are pushing forward, going to attempt to deny this town center as Hyperion does come down. We will see the immediate usage of chaos over here as the army going to be surrounding the back. The Odysseus going to get surrounded as well, but we will be seeing Momo retreating away. Lots of units are falling, but a nice distraction nonetheless by Momo, as Miracle not able to really put the pressure on just yet onto that gold mine. But Miracle going to be making his way forward to the Mythic Age very, very shortly here. Do we see an immediate market? Yes, we do, with the Hero Citizen to boot. So that's going to go up very, very fast. The question is, does he go Implode here? I think Implode is also a really, really nice idea. Drop that down on this position, hit all those villages, hit all the army. Momo retreating away here, going to attempt to take out those Terma as the Hoplites dealing with everything else here. We see the Manticore moving forward as Miracle going to be retreating back. We see Irrigation coming through, but Helios, they got a choice right now for Miracle. He does need to, okay, when you go Helios, you need to transition away from Terma immediately. Having any Terma in your army is really, really bad. You want Murmillo, you want Destroyer, you want Clontarius, and just a handful of Arcus, if any, because you want to be taking down buildings with that Vortex, and those Terma just are not it. And are we going to be seeing that happening here is the big question. Yeah, he's mostly making Murmillo. He's getting some Arcus out as well. Don't see any Destroyers just yet. Miracle does have enough resources to make a Hecagigantes, as Momo retreating back here, seeing how he's going to put pressure on over here as the Murmillo does get taken out. And Miracle going to be doing his darndest right now to hit some sort of a Vortex. But I mean, if you take a look at what Miracle can see, you can see that Miracle knows that there was no gold over here. Miracle knows that there's a gold mine currently happening here. But the idea of a timing that really, really hits hard has not occurred to Miracle in this game, as this town center is going to be getting grabbed. The Vortex, however, might be enough to do the damage, as we do see some Terma swinging around the side to come and hit. We will be seeing an Underworld getting cast here by Momo, but Miracle is going to be able to Vortex onto this, and he does indeed click this one. Going to be able to deal with this Underworld nicely here, as all the units do start moving forward. The problem with the Vortex right on top of the opponent's army is that the units don't really start off with an advantage here, but the Hecagigantes does move in, going to be pushing these units back when we're going to be dropping down population quite considerably here, as now the Hecagigantes is going to be starting to move onto this Underworld passage. And again, this is just buying time for Momo. So a kind of a smart idea in a way, but you clicked it a little bit early there, and he thought maybe he could get a little bit more damage done onto this position. But the Underworld does get dealt with by that Vortex, as we see a palace getting dropped onto the front here. Momo's already on this location here, as how long on the next Vortex is always the big question here, as we click not Momo, so we click onto Miracle here, and we see Vortex has got 13 seconds remaining. He's got 4 of them, and he's going to be making his way up to this Talented here. I like that movement there. Maybe chucking down a Palace over here wouldn't be a bad idea to prevent Momo from pushing in. We see Miracle getting himself champion infantry. The building's getting dropped down. Momo still kind of stuck in this heroic age, as now this Town Center is going to be getting targeted. We see the Hecagantes. We see those Heavy Murmillo about to be champion Murmillo to boot here. All the Arcus are out as well, as the Town Center is going to be getting targeted down. Momo going to be moving his army over to try and defend this one, but it does look like it's going to be too little too late here, as the Town Center gets torn down incredibly fast. One of the little known features of the Hecagantes is he actually does 2 attacks in one shot. So this infograph is actually kind of off in that the Hecagantes actually does 50 hack, 60 crush damage. He is arguably the strongest or the most DPS damage myth unit in the game. I think he does the most DPS in the game, I think. As Momo going to be retreating back here, and Miracle, Miracle's army is so strong right now with those champion infantry, but we'll see. Is there going to be? Yes, there is. There's going to be a vortex onto this location right now as Miracle retreats back. We do see a fortress getting thrown up as the army now going to be attacking this town center. And that's so many farms on this town center as well. Momo cannot take this loss at all right now as the villagers getting pulled away. The army coming through. We still only have the one Hecagantes here, as Miracle is not making more, which is a little bit confusing, but the town center will indeed get torn down incredibly fast here. But there's no vortexes remaining, so Momo might be able to take this loss and then continue in this game. But Copper Mail coming through, Quarry coming through, Hera coming through for Momo, which might be enough of a help right now for Momo to stay alive in this game. Because if he takes down all of these units, he can retake the town center and see what he can, see how he can go. Getting back into this game as the villagers making their way over onto this gold mine. There is a world here where Momo can just go all onto gold and go heavy onto Medusa here, as we see that chaos getting dropped down. The army trying to take this fight right now, but I think Momo shouldn't be fighting this here. He should be waiting for Lightning Storm to just drop onto this position, as we do see the Hecagantes getting taken out. One of the weaknesses of the Hecagantes is 100% that low armor, only 44%, which is one of the lower, probably the lowest armor of a Mythic Age myth unit for sure. As the Hekate, maybe not. Maybe the Mummy actually has lower, or the Medusa or something like that. But the 2 houses do go down. The Hecagantes does get taken out here. And Miracle now putting pressure onto the gold mine on the front of Miracle. And he's also making those champion fanatics here. And in that moment, Momo does decide to tap down. Miracle could have got it done faster, but does end up not throwing this game. Does decide to go for maybe arguably a safer choice here, going for the Mythic Age instead of putting all the pressure onto the gold mines. But manages to make the Helios work, counters the underworld beautifully, goes after the town center. Vortex is over here, kills 2 town centers, reduces the farms down to 0, basically, or 3. And that's just too much for Momo to deal with here, as he cannot wait on that Mythic Age at all. GG, well played by Miracle, getting a 2-1 lead in this series. He's on game point now. Gonna have to move into his 3rd god, however. No Kronos, no Oranos remaining, so just 1 Atlantean left. We'll see if he's going to pick Gaia, or if he's going to go in with like a Zeus or an Isis or a Ra or something like that. We'll see what he's going to pick. If you guys enjoyed these games and enjoying this series so far, do consider hitting the follow on the Twitch. If you're on the YouTubes, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next game.